Good morning. Welcome to my channel. I'm Forleasadon Harper. This is Xavier's Treats and Us. It is about the Harper's journey through adoption. And I came on, I'm actually outside because I'm watering the garden. And I just had my little first fruits of the garden this season. This is my zucchini. Look how big it is. And my first pepper. So I'm excited about that. I posted that on my Facebook page, but I am also the owner of Xavier's Treats. Um, I sell African wares, I bake, I cook, and I garden. And it seems like right now gardening is all encompassing. But on this channel, we talk about the Harper's adoption journey. And on yesterday, if you haven't watched the video, please go back and watch the video. My son Devin, I removed him from the house for the last and the final time. And today I want to talk about I'm not okay, but I am going to be okay. And I think I'm not okay because normally when I have removed him from the house, he's had somewhere to land. And this time I put him up in a motel and I just paid for a week. And after that, he is officially on his own. And I've been emotional because, like, really cutting the apron string for your kid is no joke. And the emotions that I'm feeling, and I'm allowing myself to feel them. Because, sometimes we experience things and we won't allow ourselves to experience that. And I felt it in my body when I woke up, because normally I come out at 6:30. And the reason I can come out and work the garden right now is because we have overcast and it's not really hot out here today. So I'm like, I would never be out here this late. I'm out at 6:30. I'm normally done by 8:30, 9 o'clock, only if we're out here working in the garden. So if David's tilling or we're doing something, am I at the latest 11 o'clock? But I mean, we are finishing up. So for me to just be out here right now, I'm going to go back in the garden. I have to get some more string because my cucumbers, I see they're spreading, and I need to put them on a stake so they can go straight up. But again, that's on my Xavier's Treats page and not this one. But that's the reason why I'm sitting outside. The garden gives me some peace and some solace. I get to commune today. Normally I have my earbuds in listening to my gospel music, but today I'm just in the garden hearing nature and dealing with my own thoughts. And I think that's okay because I really need to work through how I feel about the fact that my child is going to be out there. But you know what? I prayed and I just turned it over to God, and his bag of clothes that's right there, I am going to sort them out and I'm going to wash them. And David said he would take them and drop them off this evening because he was going to take them this morning. And I said no, he had to work today. So this evening, when we think that he's there, I'll call and he's going to drop his clothes off. And I would rather that he have some clean clothes than walking around still in dirty clothes, because I don't know what his situation is going to be moving forward. And I just have to trust that God has him, and whatever this journey is for him, that I have to move out the way, because sometimes we are in God's way. Whatever God has for him, I keep jumping in, and I need to just move away and just let God do whatever God is going to do, and it's going to have to be well within my soul. And that's something I'm working through, because every time I think about the fact that I think he's going to actually be homeless and on the street, I just well up with tears and just start crying, because I'm like, wow, this is real. And yeah, so today I'm a little melancholy, and I'm working through it. And I know I'm going to be okay. Okay, I know years ago, one of Iyanla Van Zant's books, Yesterday I Cried, and in the beginning of the book, she talked about she cried and she cried and she cried. And she cried and she cried and she cried. But when she finished, she was cleansed. She had a plan. And so I'm not crying as much as I was when I first got up this morning. I wasn't sobbing, but the tears were rolling. And then David come in and he was like, I want some breakfast. And I'm like, well, I don't have any bacon. He's like, as much as we go to the store. And I'm like, today, can it not be about you? Can it just be about me? Let me work through. And then he was like, so, and when I explained to him, listen, I'm still not good with what went on yesterday. And then he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Can I give you a hug? I don't need you to ask me. Just come and give me a hug. So when you ask me, can you give me a hug? I'm like, get away from me. Because at this point, you should know. And I know I'm being mean to him. But I think he should be in tune with me enough to understand what I'm going through. But because of the narcissism in the male ego, when they feel that you should be catering to them. And I'm like, I can't deal with him. So I just cooked his breakfast in silence. And as much as I like to talk, he was like, whoa, you quiet. Because in my mind, please just let me work through this. I need to work through this because I'm going through right now. And I don't want to talk to you. I can't stroke your ego. I'm cooking your food. That's good enough. And so I guess he got the hint. He ate breakfast. He gave me a kiss on the cheek and he walked out the door. Thank you. And just let me go in the garden and just commune and just be with my thoughts and with God and just trust and know that God has this situation. I don't know what the outcome is. And that's not for me to know, because in the grand scheme of things, this could be God's plan for his life. And I just have to trust that God has this. And so, in saying all that, I'm not good, but I am going to be good. I'm going to be good. And that's okay to say that. You know, I don't believe that, they say black women are super women. That's a farce, honey. We are women and we hurt and we ache and we cry and we moan. But society has deemed it that we're not supposed to experience those feelings and that we're supposed to tuck those things away and keep moving on. I am not from that mindset, honey. Because I know that's where mental illness will fester and come into play, because depression comes in, anxiety comes in, overeating comes in. All those things will come into play if you don't work through and honestly deal with whatever your emotions that you're dealing with right then. And so I am giving myself this time today to work through it. And if I need tomorrow, I'll work through it. But I'm going to be okay. And so I just popped on because that's the reality of parenting, I guess. Parenting someone with mental health issues. Parenting a teenager, parenting a teenager who is dealing with his sexuality. It's all those things encompassing that I'm dealing with. So, and really I'm not dealing with the sexuality piece. And I don't mean that like that. I mean it to the point of that is his walk. He is still my child. I pray that no hurt, harm, or danger comes to him. I pray that God will protect him. I pray that God will show him grace, mercy, and favor. I pray that God is his provider. I pray that in the midst of it, that he will not forget to seek God's face. So that is my prayer for him. I pray that what he has been instilled with, that will come back and bubble up in him. And he, because grace has been shown to him over and over again. And as his walk as a man, because I can't teach him that. I just can raise him as a human, right? And this leg of this journey, my prayer is that he will find a mentor who will mentor him, a male mentor who would mentor him and guide him and maybe fill in the gaps that's that he needs, or the wounds, heal the wounds that he needs to be healed. And that's all I have to say today. Yeah, still working through it, but I'm going to be okay. So thank you for coming over to this channel. You can like, hit share, subscribe. Um, this morning when I was in the bathroom, I was thinking, because when I was at work, I had started a support group for parents of children who are special needs. But today I was just wondering, should I start a Facebook group of parents? And there's probably some groups, maybe I should look into that. Not starting, but maybe, I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to God. Um, I forgot even came up with a name with it this morning. It was so clear to me, but I didn't write it down. Um, yeah, because I even shared this morning with a parent. She has a special needs child. And she was like, it's not like he wasn't grateful. He was just raging. And he just couldn't see it. And see, that's a different perspective, right, of my situation. But what she doesn't understand is the and she probably does understand, because I know a little of her son's struggles, but he's younger than my son. And you have to release them at some point. And I have to be okay with the fact that I have cut that apron string. I've released him for the last time. Um, and I said it wasn't going to be a 3-strike shootout, and we had 3 strikes. But it's not even a 3 strikes. It's, ooh, the sun is about to come out. Thank God I only got one more spot to water, because, you shouldn't water later in the day like this, because they can become burnt from the sun coming out and the water. So um, when I finish, I'm going to move it over to my little last spot and let that be it while I post up my steaks. But anyway, thank you. You be blessed. Have a great day again. You can hit the like button. You can share, even subscribe. I am Forleasadon Harper. This is the Harper's Journey Through Adoption. Honey, be blessed.